I'm Jeff Philbin. This is Dinner DeeAs. Toss that calendar in the trash because today we say it's okay to have turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce any time of the year in this delicious dish where we remix it into a recipe for turkey stuffing meatballs, all served with a homemade cranberry sauce. Joining us back in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen is Chef Jonathan Rodriguez. He runs FOMO Chefs, a one-stop shop for catering, private chefs, events, and seasonal meals out of season.
That's 100% correct.
Get it over here, my friend. Bring
Welcome.
it in, dude.
Welcome.
I am excited to have you here because Chef Jonathan says a tasty turkey recipe should be good whatever time of year that it is. So he's brought us a dish he says is a healthy appetizer, and yes, also good for the holidays because we're making turkey stuffing meatballs with a cranberry sauce. I mean, dude, I'm already kind of intrigued and sold all at the same time.
Listen, Thanksgiving is absolutely one of my favorite holidays.
It's the absolute best.
And we're gonna get some of these gluten-free breads diced down, okay? While we're doing that, you can get involved with the thyme and put in the thyme, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I can do that.
For sure. I like to pre-season the bread and then use some of that fresh herbs that you have here.
Oh, it smells so good too.
It smells beautiful. And you gotta make it feel really, really authentic,
Because I think that's the joy of what Thanksgiving sometimes does. It's the aromas that fill everything in. It's like that cool, hopefully cold, November in Florida, which you hope you get.
In Florida, you're taking your hoodie out, and then in New York, you're putting your whole North Face on.
That's what I'm saying.
It really gives it that little that warmth,
that feeling, exactly. Because that's what you're kind of going with in the morning.
So this is beautiful. You did an excellent job in adding here, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to take all the goody stuff, put it back in there, and we're gonna space it out, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna put this in for the oven, and then we're going to swap it.
Swap it, because with the magic of television, we've already had some bread ready to go.
We have some delicious bread, and almost looks like it's croutons. So while that is sitting, okay, now we're gonna start a base.
How long did that cook for?
So I put this in for about 3 minutes, and the idea is that I wanted to get all that flavor absorbed into the actual bread, so that when we put it back into the skillet, it's hydrating the bread.
Come on now.
So we're gonna hit it with a little bit of that delicious oil, and we're going, are you ready for the flavors?
Come on.
Here it goes. This is what's gonna make Jeff jump up.
This is it, man. This is that whole feeling of Thanksgiving that you could have any time of the year, because it's the smells, it's the taste, it's the feeling, it's the emotion.
Oh my gosh!
It's the colors.
The colors.
So you got your mirepoix going right now.
We cannot leave out your delicious ingredients right here.
Come on now.
And everything counts, right?
Everything counts, because to make Chef Jonathan's anytime turkey treats, grab the recipe at dinnerdeas.com. And yes, that box we just put down there on the screen is a QR code, and no need to pretend you know how they work, because I'm going to tell you, my friends, all you need is the camera app on your phone, the one you use every day. Just point your camera at the TV so that box is in frame, and here's what's going to happen. A link to us will magically appear right on your phone screen, and we're going to leave it up there so you can try it. I dare you. Go for it right now.
So next, as you see that we're getting that mirepoix all built in with those flavors.
Yep.
We can't have a party without wine.
Okay.
Here we go. So as we're reducing down now, this is the most important part, okay? So now this is the time that you want to add that bread, okay? That bread has to absorb all of those flavors, okay? So, hey, you want to mix this up?
I would love to.
Here we go. And as you're absorbing now all those flavors into that bread, and I say the deliciousness.
Yeah.
Okay? It's so crucial for that bread to now talk to the chicken stock that we're gonna add.
What do you think it's gonna say? It's gonna say ooh, please give me more.
No, it's gonna say, ooh, that really felt good. So there we go.
I like when food talks to you like that.
I like the way the food talks, man. It tells me, ooh, that feels good. So I have to hit it in the right nose. So.
All right.
But right now, you see all that, all that moisture.
Absolutely.
Right, it's so important. This is such an important piece of the whole entire dish. While that's sitting down and they're playing with the kids or they're just reading a book, now we're gonna pop this bad boy in the oven.
Wait, so you're telling me I can't just get a spoon and start kind of going with this part?
No, you could, but just not at this current moment.
You gotta wait too then. Well, there was one here.
So here, what we're gonna do is that now, while this is all kind of blend in together, we're gonna pop it in the oven and get all that to be dehydrated a little bit more.
Into the oven, it's gonna go. What's the temperature? How long?
So we have it for 370. You could put it between 355 to 375 as long as you're paying attention to it. As a chef, I like to cook a little more faster than normal.
Sure.
370 for a good 4 minutes is enough time. You could pull it out and then we'll be able to cool down and then transfer for the next part of your recipe.
So that's gotta go into the oven. In the meantime, we've got our turkey here. Now this is ground turkey, it looks like.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is ground turkey. This turkey right here, whether you're grounding it yourself or you're just using those patties, right?
Yeah.
Like meat patties. I have not many ingredients in it, just a sazon completo.
Okay.
It makes me feel like, home a little bit.
A little home right there, because this is like the perfect all-purpose seasoning that you really like, it sounds like.
Correct. This is I'm Puerto Rican Italian, so this is something that I grew up with. The sazon completo is just one of those things that, it makes you feel like you actually completed that entire seasoning. Okay. Everybody's got that own little pop of seasoning.
And that's it. That's it.
That's it. So it's gonna sit now. I'll hit it a little bit more. Boom, 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 and that's it.
And that's it. It's gonna
now this bad boy sits there.
It's gonna take all these flavors in, because these Thanksgiving smells make me wanna argue about politics, maybe sleep through a football game or two, but instead, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, turkey meat stuffing ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, where we're thankful to be having this delicious dinner without having to wait until November. Chef Jonathan Rodriguez is here to make his recipe for turkey stuffing meatballs with cranberry sauce. And dare we say it, because you want this dish, it's gonna be delicious any time of the year, as long as you're hungry for it.
Correct.
Before the break, we started on our homemade stuffing, sauteing carrots, celery, onions, and garlic, then dicing up some gluten-free bread and adding it to the skillet along with a little white wine, then chicken broth, thyme, and salt and pepper, then baking it for 10 minutes. After that, we took our ground turkey and used our secret shortcut of a dash of
Sazon completo.
That's it. And let that all sit, marinate, bring those flavors together, because now we're making meatballs.
Now we're making meatballs.
All right.
So now you gotta get those gloves on. Before we get those gloves, I need you to try this.
Okay.
It's so important that you understand what flavor we're building.
Okay, so this has been cooked, it has been cooled, and this is going to be delicious.
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 First start.
For a great base and a start. Like, you could have easily gotten something, one of those boxed items that, you see on the shelves ready to go for Thanksgiving.
And that's okay.
And that's cool.
That's okay.
But
we wanted to be a little bit more home.
Home.
Yes.
And like literally just a couple minutes later, you have all of that. 10 minutes, you just made something better. You can control the flavors. You can make sure that you've got quality ingredients going into it.
And the best part is, it's gluten-free.
And it's gluten-free. I love that.
So, what we're gonna do is that we're going to incorporate the stuffing that we just made. Okay. And now, we're gonna let you have fun.
Okay. So all we're gonna do is
we're gonna mix that bad boy in. We're gonna get all those flavors combined together. When you cook these meatballs will impact different tastes as you bite into it. So that's why it's so important to taste the stuffing outside of it before we actually cook it with the meatball and you actually taste it with the meat. Yeah. And then you taste it with the of course, the cranberry sauce, but then that throws a whole different palette in there. Mm-hmm. Look at that, that's beautiful. So the whole important ice scoop, everybody's looking at an ice cream scoop, and the ice cream scoop is where I, again, wanna make you feel authentic if you're at home. So for me, I like to make sure there's consistency to the meatballs. Yeah. If I let my kids do it, I have 1 big pound of meatball. Okay. And I don't know if that's the Italian in them. That's probably what it is. Yeah. 1 pound of meatball for themselves, 3 for me. Maybe 2 for their mother. Mm-hmm. So we gotta make sense to this, right?
There's gotta be that uniformity because it's gotta cook evenly.
Correct, it has to. So now we apply the egg for the bonding, and we're going to mix that up. Oh, and it feels extra wet normal than compared to meatballs that you would put with panko or any type of dry gooding for this. But for here.
Now, does it need the egg?
I apply the egg just so it's cooking method.
Okay.
I've tried it without the egg, and it just didn't hold well.
Okay.
So that's why I implemented the egg to have more of that structure.
Okay.
Of bond. Because you're dealing with wet and you're dealing with wet.
Yep.
So that's perfect right there.
Good stuff.
So now we're gonna go in. Oh, look at that. And then as the classic meatball. Look at that. We can even use the same pan because it's nice. Look at that.
Oh, I love it. Thanksgiving in the palm of your hands.
The palm, that's true. At the palm of your hands. Oh, look at this. It smells too good not to eat it prior, but you have to cook it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those dishes that smells delicious.
To make these meatballs for your next family gathering or just for yourself, totally worth it either way. Grab Chef Jonathan's recipes at dinnerdeals.com. Just scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us right now on your phone.
Wow, look at that. That's
that was
my son's meatball.
That's your son's meatball? Okay. I like your son already.
Yeah, he's you know, my boys they're definitely meatball fanatics. Not as much as my daughter.
Okay.
My daughter.
How old are the kids?
So my oldest is 16, and then my second oldest is 13, and then my twins are gonna be 12 years old.
Come on now.
Oh my gosh. I remember holding them.
Whole house right
whole
there.
Full house, you know. And I tell my wife every day. I'm like, you know, me and my wife are high school sweethearts, so we think about this every single day, and we're like, oh my gosh, we can't believe that we were on a bus together, and now we're over here in Florida, living our best dream, right?
That's awesome.
And enjoying it with our 4 beautiful kids.
Isn't that beautiful how life kind of takes you on that journey?
It's a blessing, you know, and I can't thank God enough, you know, honestly. It's a blessing.
Oh, look at that right there. That last one.
So I know which one is Mr. Philbin's, and I know which one is Mr. Rodriguez. Look at that.
Okay, I kind of can see that part
I can
too.
see it, but I mean, we won't let the viewers know that
We
one.
won't let the viewers know just yet because dinner is very nearly done, but also dangerously dry. So when we come back, we create a cranberry sauce from scratch. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. And no, it's not a badly timed rerun. We're actually making a Thanksgiving-inspired meal which tastes great any time of the year. Chef Jonathan Rodriguez is here to share how he combines all the traditional tastes in one big bite. He's making turkey stuffed meatballs, which we're serving up with cranberry sauce. Before the break, we let the stuffing we made cool on a sheet pan so we can handle it. Then mixed it with our seasoned ground turkey, a little egg, then made it into meatballs using our handy hack of a measuring scoop. Just using a traditional ice cream scoop. Gotta be uniform.
Yeah, gotta be uniform.
Gotta be uniform so that they could also cook at the same time. Got them into the oven, and all we need now is a cranberry sauce.
Well, first, what we need to do is let the viewers know, what did you do on break while we were waiting for this cranberry sauce?
Okay, well, I actually, you know, as we were setting things up, I took a little bit of the patty and I kind of made it because you got to taste it. You got to make sure that it's all right. And it was very good. And yes, I was very hungry. So it was just that little bit that was still into the ice cream scoop.
We had to put it out there, man. You know, the viewers need to understand. That is actually a very big technique that everybody should know and understand as well. So what you did was 100%
I love it, man.
the right way.
I love it. All right.
Now back to the cranberry sauce.
Back to the cranberry sauce.
So this is very simple, okay? It's a little bit of acid, a little bit of juice, and a little bit of sweetness, right? Okay. But we also want to keep that holiday spirit, even though it's not the holiday season
I know,
yet,
man. I'm seeing like cinnamon and cranberries.
Yeah.
Like this is everything that's got the holidays going.
So we're going to hit the cranberries in there. I like to use whole cranberries, of course. And we're going to add a little bit of the orange juice, a little bit of lemon juice for acid. And then you're gonna squeeze these bad boys because we need this in there, okay?
Now let me ask you this: where'd you get the cranberries? You know, because sometimes it's hard to really find them.
Shout out to, I mean, I could say it, right?
I hope so, at least.
Shout out to Whole Foods on this one.
Okay.
Whole Foods had it, and it's not everybody has it, so it was very important to search through. We're adding some honey to there.
Okay.
And you know, Whole Foods had it. Some grocery stores will have it in the frozen section.
So that was gonna be my follow-up to that, man. Like, if you can't find fresh cranberries like you did it.
Right.
Can frozen work with
Frozen
this?
absolutely can work. I mean, I am using, you know, I've used many times frozen products, right? But, you know, the cranberry from when it's coming from the holiday season, it just tastes a lot more different than the frozen product, I feel, you know? It's one of those things. 3 of those cinnamon sticks, and we're going to add the sugar. Okay. Because we are reducing this down. And I like to add a little bit of water, right? A little bit of water just to separate those acids and have a little fun in there.
Very nice, because to make this sauce and our meatballs for your next meal, grab Chef Jonathan's recipe at our website, DinnerDeeAs.com. Just scan the QR code down there to find us. You can even watch the show over again anytime you miss a bit or need to see it again when we're cooking.
There we go.
All right, so what do we need to do here? We just need to...
So now this needs to reduce down. Once those flavors impact, then we're gonna put it through the blender.
We'll get to that next, because we're taking one last break, but when we come back, we finish up our sauce, check on the rest of the meatballs if there's any left.
Yes.
I hope so, at least. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where we're talking turkey, meatballs that is, with Chef Jonathan Rodriguez, who runs FOMO Chefs, a full-service chef supplier for events and private catering, and he's been sharing how he squeezes a Thanksgiving dinner into turkey stuffing meatballs, which we're serving with a homemade cranberry sauce. Before the break, we made our sauce from scratch, heating fresh cranberries with sugar, lemon juice, orange juice, honey, cinnamon sticks, a little water, and let that all reduce while I was just basking in it the entire time. Just getting all these smells, because like, it could be the season of like joy any time of the year, not just for Thanksgiving, not just for the holiday season,
100%.
but any time with those kind of smells.
I feel that this smell right here really uplift the entire household. So you guys are very welcome for that, because now the entire household smells.
You don't need to burn a candle, you just need to make this.
You just need to make this. So what we did was that we reduced down, we're gonna hit this and we're gonna pulse it like that. And we are going to, here, let's play slick like this. There we go. And we're just bringing down those cherries.
We just want to kind of
cranberries.
The cranberries there.
Yeah, and look at that. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. Okay.
Those colors just really pop.
Oh, it's pop. It's beautiful. It's very, very bright, and also very messy.
But it's so worth it.
We're going to look at that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That speaks.
That's beautiful looking.
That speaks heaven. That speaks heaven. So then we put it right back on the heat, and we let that reduce a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Okay? We don't want it to go too much, because we don't want to separate. So while that's there, and that's looking all sexy and delicious, now we're gonna check our meatballs.
Fantastic. Don't forget, if you want to grab this recipe, just visit DinnerDeeAs.com. Find us fast with the QR code we have up on the screen.
All right.
All right, so these meatballs, yeah, right there, that's everything.
Turkey, delicious.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Should we plate this?
I mean,
let's go.
As long as you're thinking this is kind of ready here. What else do we need to do? Do we need to strain this at all?
So right here, yes, so we could strain it. Boom. Yeah. And the whole point of that straining is to make sure that there's no like pits or anything like that, seeds. And then I use the whisk, right?
And also it's a great means because like you might have had a cinnamon stick or two that you might not have seen. So, you don't want to get that. This allows just for all that pulp to kind of just come through. Pulp.
Yeah. You don't want that. And we can put that bad boy right there.
All right. I see an orange too over there. What are you doing with that?
So the orange is going to be on the after. So I'm going to take some of that goodiness.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at this.
Look at the color on that.
Look at that color. A little bit more.
That color. Those aromas. And that taste. It's sweet. It's tart. It's everything that you would want.
Here we go.
Now, these meatballs look absolutely beautiful, but how'd you really know that they were done?
So you could do a thermometer and make sure they're above 165.
Yeah.
For me, I've been cooking these, and
So you just kind of know.
I just know, and then like if you squeeze it just a tad,
yeah,
you can almost feel the stirring of the actual like the meatball.
So they're nicely firmed up.
So they're nicely firmed up. So we're gonna hit it with a little bit of that orange zest. Yeah, right there. Because again, we want to give people opportunity to feel the flavors are in everything. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. And now, you want to...
Don't mind if I do.
Put that little love on the top. Beautiful.
And so what do we got here? What am I smelling here?
Believe it or not, that is actually from the celery. That's the celery leaf.
That's celery leaf here. So nothing went to waste here. We had the celery with that Meatballs from earlier, the leaf's not coming through. Oh.
And now we enjoy.
Get that fork over here,
now
my
we
friend.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers to this one.
Here we go.
This looks so good.
We're almost playing swords here. We did it again.
We just did it again. Thanks again to Chef Jonathan. A link to his company, FOMO Chefs, is at dinnerdeas.com, along with the recipe for these magical meatballs. I'm Jeff Dobin. See you next time with another idea for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Dias.